me falling right back.
Hi guys, my name is Briann, and if you're new here, welcome. If you've watched a few of my old videos, also welcome back. I'm coming to you with a new college video. I recently graduated college, which is crazy because my last videos were me beginning my college journey and now it's pretty much over. So that's pretty crazy, and it's only been 2 years. So I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about my kind of unique college experience because I only got to experience it for 2 years, and I wanted to kind of explain how I did that, my experiences, my struggles, and all of that. So I got some really great questions on Instagram, and I think that would just kind of be the easiest way to go through this video and answer the questions that you guys have. So let's just jump right in. The first question is, was it as stressful as people perceive it to be? I got a lot of questions like this. Is college hard? That kind of thing. But college is stressful and it is hard. Honestly, it will be stressful and hard no matter what university you go to. But also recognize that I went to Washington State University, if you guys didn't know. And every university's academics and workloads are just going to be different. So just know that, and this is based on my experience. But yeah, it is stressful. Like, you are jumping into a whole new environment. For me, it was really stressful in the fact that I had to learn study habits because in high school, and I did go to community college, which I'll jump into later, but again, I really never understood the concept of studying and what it means to create study habits and mentally prepared to be at the library for hours on end. So that was really stressful to me. That was a struggle for me. Also, a stressor is, once again, you're in a whole new environment. I really didn't know anyone in college going, so it's stressful of the idea of making new friends. It's stressful that you're sleeping. You could be sleeping in the same room as a complete stranger. It's stressful adapting to new eating habits. It's kind of crazy, but also those stressors are very exciting. Like, these are great opportunities for you to grow, for you to develop your own values, develop who you want to be, and all of these things. So yes, it is stressful, but it's also an exciting time. And also be aware that every single student around you is going through the exact same thing. One of my favorite things about Wazoo especially is that it is, and what kind of drew me to Wazoo is that it's a very homey feeling. Every person that I met was awesome, and like, people want to connect with you, people want to be your friend, they want to help you, and that's just one of the best things about Wazoo. I felt very comfortable, I met a lot of great people, and got to have a lot of great experiences. So yes, college is hard, yes, it's stressful, but don't worry, you'll get through it. You'll learn a lot about yourself, learn a lot about what you value, and all of that. And then kind of jumping off of that question, I got a lot of questions about how to develop a routine, how to balance everything, especially like work and school and then your social life. I worked all through college. I jumped in as a junior. I was a part of my sorority, and I played intramural soccer and I played club soccer at different times, but I did both. So I had a lot on my plate. So just understand your limits if you're someone like me who really enjoys a very busy schedule, and I'm gonna find, if I have time in my schedule, I'm gonna fill it with something. So just know your limits, but it's very, very doable to do more than just your academics. I would say first, really get a grasp on your workload, and then once you can define like a very dedicated routine with just school, and then you realize, hey, I have some time here, I have this evening available, then that's when I would start adding things to your schedule, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself a lot at first, because that's how you can fall behind. That's how you can kind of break in a way, is that you've overcommitted yourself, and there's really no reason for that. I do realize that a lot of people do have to work. In college, I was someone who did have to work, but it's completely doable. I worked off campus. I worked for corporate Starbucks at first, which was harder. I had to work during the weekends. I had to work horrible hours. I started to work at 4 a.m., which was really rough on kind of my mental health and physical health. But this last year I moved away from that and worked at a Starbucks on campus, which kind of changed the game. If I could give any advice to someone who's looking for a job, please look for a job on campus. They are gonna work around your class schedule a lot better. They're gonna not overstaff you and give you crazy hours. And you usually don't have to work on weekends, so it's really just an overall win-win. And I was always working with students. When I worked on campus, I worked with an amazing group of people, and I developed a lot of genuine, awesome friendships from work, so that was another plus. I did meet a lot of great people at my corporate job, or working for the corporate Starbucks, which was great too, but it was just hard on myself. It was just a lot of extra stress that I didn't want and didn't need, so working on campus was great. Yeah, it's all really doable if you understand your limits and you realize that academics will always come first. And yeah. And student housing, I get a lot of questions about. Every university is going to be a little bit different. So at Wazoo, you have your north side and south side, and then there's like a little hillside, they call it. But there's a little bit of a competition, like a weird competition between each side. But north side tends to have the nicer dorms. They tend to be bigger and newer. A lot of the athletes live on north side. It's closer to campus, and it's closer to Greek Row, and it's actually closer to most of the gyms. So it tends to be more attractive to a lot of incoming freshmen. So that's the kind of thing to think about. And then Southside doesn't really have, it's really far away. The dorms tend to be smaller, and yeah. But one thing that I have personally noticed about Northside versus Southside, since Southside is so far away, you tend to become a lot closer with the people living in your dorms. A lot more of them are co-ed. Actually, all of them are co-ed, I think. Excuse me. I did live in an all-girls dorm, so I kind of had a different experience. But on Southside, yeah, everyone, like, from what I can understand, like, you become friends with everyone because, like, you're just there all the time. You don't really have an opportunity to leave as much because you're just so far away. So just kind of depends on what you're looking for in a dorm. If you're looking for greater relationships, then maybe think about Southside. If you're more interested in being involved on campus, then maybe think Northside. So yeah, those are just kind of the differences. I did live in a dorm for only one semester. I was in an all-girls dorm. I do have a dorm tour, which I will link down below. But after that, I moved into my sorority for 2 semesters. I think I'm going to do a whole video kind of about my sorority, what my experience was like, and everything like that. I did get a lot of questions about that, but I'm going to do a separate video about that. So yeah, and then I moved into an apartment for 1 semester, so I was kind of all over the board, but I think it's very important to kind of experience all of them, because in a dorm it's really nice to kind of ease into adulthood and you have like a set amount of money for food and everything like that, so you don't really have to worry about that, which is really nice. You're on campus, you don't have to worry about getting to campus, and yeah, that's student housing. I got a question, did you only go to Wazoo for 2 years? Yes. After 12 minutes, my camera likes to fall asleep, but I was talking about Running Start. It's called Running Start. So yes, when I graduated high school, I graduated with my associate's degree. And then I was technically more of a transfer student, but I was a freshman who came in with a lot of credits. So just like if you have AP, or I think some places it's called like BI, or you can take a high school class and then take that exam and then get college credit for it. It's very similar, so you come into college with those credits. I came into college with 90 credits of college courses, so I started as a junior instead of a freshman. So I was a freshman with junior standing academically, which was hard because, like I said previously, I never really struggled in high school or at the community college with studying, so jumping into really hard classes, I struggled with developing study habits, and I was kind of overwhelmed a lot with that, so I had to learn a lot of hard lessons with that. But as far as transferring credits, I did stay in state, so that really helped. But yeah, it was super easy to transfer credits. I got my full AA. A lot of people say don't get your AA, which just doesn't make sense to me, because I'm not really transferring with my degree, I'm just transferring all the credits. So at Wazoo, they call it U-Core, so I didn't have to take any like English 101 or anything like that. I just jumped right into my business prerequisites and continued on and graduated in 2 years. Well, like 2.5, because I do have a couple online classes that I'm taking. So typically you graduate in 2.5 or 3 years, kind of depending if you do want to do a major or minor, that kind of thing. But still, like, it was a great opportunity for me to do college for free. And it saved me a lot of money, a lot of time. But I did have to sacrifice cutting my high school career in half and my college career or experience in half. So if you're willing to give that up, it's a great trade-off to save a lot of money if that is something you're concerned with. So yeah, that's how I graduated in 2 years. That's pretty much all the questions I'm going to answer right now. I hope that this gave you some kind of insight about Wazoo and my experience. If you have any more questions, please comment them down below. I'll try to answer them for you, or maybe I'll do like a part 2 or something later on. But yeah, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to try to stay more committed into making YouTube videos, so look out for them. I have some fun trips coming up too that I want to vlog, so some fun and exciting things, moving to Seattle, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, if you guys like this, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. Okay, that's all. Goodbye.